Tonight on Elon Local News. Provost candidates announced what Provost Stephen House says makes a good candidate. Making Elon more sustainable, how Student Government Association is changing its election packet. It's that time of year. Everything you need to know when packing up your dorm. Elon Local News starts right now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you're watching Elon Local News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Today is Monday, May 6th. I'm Samantha Casamento.
And I'm Amanda Gibson. At this hour, breaking news on the candidates for Elon University Provost. The Provost Search Committee says Elizabeth Hudson from Northeastern University, Aswani Valetti from the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, Deborah Ricker from Hood College, and Jason Osborne from Clemson University will visit campus over the next 2 weeks. Hudson is up first with a presentation this Thursday in McKinnon Hall. Hudson currently serves as the Dean of the College of Arts, Media, and Design at Northeastern. Valetti's presentation is set for May 16th. He is currently the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences at UNC Wilmington. Ricker is the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at Hood College and plans to present at Elon on May 20th. The final presentation is with Osborne on May 22nd. At Clemson, he is the Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. And with the candidates announced, retiring Provost Stephen House has advice for his successor.
To the new Provost, Elon continues to get better every day. Continue to strive for that. Just don't break anything. That would be a good final piece of advice.
House also says the next provost needs to be as active as possible with the faculty, staff, and students at Elon.
What a mentoring relationship can do to a student and a faculty member. So I'm looking for somebody who has that energy, who has that passion. I also believe that a provost should attend lots of events. They become the primary storyteller of the university. What are the stories of the students? What are the stories of the faculty? What are the stories of the university?
House will end his time as provost at the end of 2019.
It started as a missing persons report. Police are investigating Amanda Lynn Starr and Christopher Gray Stevenson for kidnapping and human trafficking. Alamance County Sheriff Terry Johnson says the missing person has been found, but people need to be aware of their surroundings.
Our people need to open their eyes to what's happening, not only in Alamance County, but North Carolina and the United States. North Carolina is I think it's number 9 now for human trafficking in this nation. What a reputation.
Johnson says that the police are still searching for Starr and Stevenson.
Campus is going to look a little different this fall during Student Government Association elections for first-year students. Based on the new election packet, candidates will not be able to hang campaign posters around campus. Fall election co-chairs Katie Park and Katie Wakayama proposed this change. Park and Wakayama say cleaning up posters can take months, and getting rid of them pushes Elon to be a more sustainable campus.
I think we hope to see that Elon is just continuing to work towards sustainability and that we are wanting to create a fun and competitive race, but we want people to still be happy and still want to join SGA and not see it as this entity that creates ill will between each other.
Mm-hmm. This new rule is specifically geared towards first-year students.
Without posters too, we're hoping that candidates might be able to get out more and talk to their first-year peers and really spread the word that way and have more meaningful, face-to-face interactions.
Students submit new election packets for each SGA election, and Park and Wakayama say the fall election will serve as a trial run. However, both say they hope to enforce this part of the packet in future elections.
Run, hide, and fight. That's the advice Assistant Chief of Elon Police James Perry is giving students if there is ever an active shooter at Elon. Perry says he is confident in his department's training, but hopes he never has to test it.
We didn't just do one scenario. I think we did 4 scenarios, and they were all a little different. One with 1 active shooter, another with 2 active shooters. That way, trying to make it as real as we can for our officers.
Perry says if you are in an active shooter situation, get out of the area as soon as you can. If you can't leave, try to barricade the door and hide out of sight. If nothing else works, Perry says to fight back.
Absolutely, last resort is fight. If you are, face to face and you can't run, can't hide, nothing else you can do, just fight.
If you see anything suspicious, gather up as much information as you can, put your phone on silent, and call 911.
This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Our Caitlin Rundle talked to a future and current teacher about why it is important to acknowledge the work of educators.
Professor of Education Katie Baker started her career at the elementary level and is now helping future teachers learn how to teach.
I know I did something meaningful is when I have connections with a student who maybe didn't see themselves as a learner or didn't position themselves as confident and capable, and being able to then position them in ways that they can start to self-identify themselves as a capable learner.
Junior Paige Kanapke is a future educator and says that Teacher Appreciation Week is a chance for teachers to feel valued.
I think it's just a good reminder for teachers too, because teacher burnout is a real thing. So also just encouraging them to keep going and reminding them that they are respected and appreciated.
Baker says that teachers struggle to make others understand their profession.
Part of our battle is professionalizing the profession, right? And getting recognition that we are professionals just like other careers. And the fact that I'm a mathematics education or mathematics teacher, educator, seeing that that's part of the STEM field and just as valuable as other STEM professions.
Kanapke says that those hardships are worth it when she sees the light bulbs go off in her students' head.
Just to know that you've sparked that in them and that they want to keep learning is really cool to see and experience, and I love those moments, and that's when I know that I've done my job right.
Caitlin Rundle, Elon Local News.
Key says that when she graduates next year, she will be staying in North Carolina to teach.
And today is the first full day of Ramadan, a Muslim holiday, and Elon freshman Ala Solomon is here with us now to talk about the holiday and how she celebrates. Ala, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So can you talk about the holiday a little bit and what it means to you?
Well, for me, when growing up, my mom always used to tell me that fasting is a way to understand the perspective of somebody that's not fortunate enough to have food. So for me, it's a lot of people see it as a hassle. I've never considered it as a hassle. It was always such a great experience to fast every day. But yeah, we usually start off fasting at like 5 in the morning, which is when the Fajr starts, which is one of our prayers. And then it ends during the evening, which is during the Maghrib prayer. So usually it's just like dedicated to a day of not eating whatsoever, just to kind of understand the perspective of those that are not fortunate enough to have food.
And so why is this holiday important to all Muslims?
I believe it's important just because it gives us a taste of what other people might experience, and it gives us it basically pushes us to give more. So with Islam, it's definitely a religion of giving and definitely a religion of just respecting others. So just the month of Ramadan, it just gives us an opportunity to basically like push us to give to others and it also pushes us to understand other people's perspectives as well.
And now, how do you celebrate that here as an Elon student?
I usually celebrate it with my parents. They come here every now and then. So now because I'm at Elon alone, I usually just celebrate it with like other fellow Muslims as well. And we usually just we all gather together. Like I know that Muslim society is having an iftar, which is like where all Muslims just get together and we just eat together. So it's definitely a great way for us to like find unity and acceptance within each other.
And so people who aren't celebrating this holiday, what should people know about that here at Elon?
You should definitely know that Ramadan is a great month for us to just understand different perspectives and understand each other and to accept and love each other as well. So for anybody that doesn't know much about Ramadan, I would say definitely take some time to know about it and definitely give and understand with others, understand your Muslim peers and understand that it's not a hassle for us. We love it. Mm-hmm. So definitely just understand that we don't consider it as something bad.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And coming up, we have some tips for moving out and avoiding fines.
Finals are starting to roll in, so are the clouds. Stay tuned for your Phoenix 5-day forecast.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Sunny and warm weather we've been having lately, but unfortunately looking at the week ahead, that's not here to stay. Now today was sunny throughout most of the day with a high at around 77, so a great spring day. But moving into tomorrow, the clouds are going to roll in with a high at 81 and a low at 61. And looking at our week ahead, that high and low is here to stay throughout most of the week, with highs sitting at around 80 degrees and lows at around 65. Moving into Wednesday, we can expect thunderstorms later in the night on Wednesday, but they'll clear for Thursday and it'll be cloudy most of the day on Thursday. But moving into Friday, those thunderstorms are back and we should expect scattered thunderstorms late in the afternoon and evening and rain in the morning. So a pretty stormy day overall on Friday, and heading into Saturday, again, we should expect scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon with rain throughout the day. So unfortunately, it's not looking like a very nice weekend for the last weekend for many Elon students here on campus. Live with your Phoenix 5-day forecast, I'm Brian Ray. Back to you.
Well, I hate to see that it's going to be mostly rainy this week.
I know, so upsetting.
But I hope the rain, it gets out of the way and the sun isn't too hot in these next coming weeks as students start to think about packing up your dorm and heading home. Here's a couple of tips on how to get that move out so you can avoid damage fines. Make sure all university property is in the room, like bed frames, desks, and dressers. Close and lock windows and unplug your refrigerator with enough time for it to defrost before move out. Make sure you remove all items from the wall and get all tape residue off. Clean up the room, leaving no trash behind. Lock your door and sign a form to give to your RA. All students must be out of their dorms by Wednesday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. to avoid fines. If you need to stay later, you must request an extended stay form on the Residence Life website.
And we have our Abby Gibbs live in the newsroom to give us a preview of this week's edition of The Pendulum. Abby. And as the semester winds down, John will have the update on a busy weekend for the Phoenix. What just happened? Well, no, it wasn't there, and it was just on our.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Elon men's tennis lost to the number 18 Georgia Bulldogs 4-0 in the first round of the NCAA tennis tournament at the University of North Carolina on Friday. This match would be the final competition for 4 seniors on the team, all of which got the opportunity to play in tournament in the starting lineup. Coach Michael Leonard said this moment was the culmination of all the hard work they have put in over their 4 years.
We've got 4 seniors here that have given a lot to this program, and for them to be a part of this, feel this environment, I know it was something they'll never forget, so it was a special moment.
Earned a bid into the tournament after securing their first ever CAA conference tournament on March 24th. The NCAA tournament featured the toughest competition the Phoenix had seen all season. 2-time defending CAA Player of the Year Felipe Sarasage took on Georgia's number 38 ranked Emil Reinberg in singles competition. The Phoenix top doubles team on seniors Mario Piscini and Sarasage took on the number 61 doubles team in the country Walker Duncan and Reinberg. Piscini said it was a great experience to compete against this level of competition.
It's amazing to play against people who are better than you. I think we all prefer that. We prefer to play against people who are better because you just don't have anything to lose. Really, in the conference, we were nervous, we wanted to win. Here, it was just all about hitting the ball, enjoying the experience, and really just getting a sense of what these good teams can do.
Georgia fell to the tournament host number 9 University of North Carolina Tar Heels the following day, 4-1. Baseball and softball are gearing up for the CAA tournament, with baseball clinching the number 1 seed. This is the team's first regular season title in the CAA and their first since 2011 when they were in the Southern Conference. The clinch came with their second game victory over the Hofstra this weekend, where they shut out the Pride 7-0. And the team got a boost from CAA Rookie of the Week Tyler Cranston. The Phoenix lost a series finale on Sunday, breaking their 12-game winning streak in conference play. The team will have a chance to regain momentum in their final series at home this weekend against UNCW. The other seedings for the CAA tournament have yet to be released, but the remaining spots and location of play will be determined this weekend. Softball traveled to Hofstra and won both games in their doubleheader on Friday. which included a Game 1 victory of 4-3. Their game Saturday was canceled due to rain and will not be rescheduled. The Phoenix are seeded second in their CAA tournament play. They will travel to Harrisonburg this Wednesday to play their opponent Towson in a double elimination tournament. Lacrosse traveled to Harrisonburg to play number 1 seeded, two-time defending CAA champions James Madison University, where they lost 16-5. The Phoenix held their own against the Dukes for some of the first half, holding a lead of 3-2 with under 20 minutes to play. However, the Dukes climbed back up to go 8-4 by halftime and then ran away with the second half to finish the game and the Phoenix's season. And with track and field season nearing the end, I spoke to the women's team about their future leadership. With 8 seniors graduating, the Elon track and field team will look a lot different next year. Senior sprinter Lauren Brzezowski says that playing Division I sports is an incredible and rare opportunity.
Just being a part of that legacy and that group of phenomenal people, I just think, I hope my legacy just inspires others to do the same and to keep, fighting for these titles.
One of the athletes that will lead the team is freshman Alex Tudor. Tudor finished her first CAA championship with 3 medals. One of those was a gold medal in the long jump. Tudor says that the team will suffer a big loss with the senior class, but the future is bright.
I feel like we have a great group of girls coming in and we have a great base for next year. So the goal, as always, is going to be to win next year. So I think we have a good shot.
Track and field head coach Mark Elliston has been with the team for over a decade and has seen many players come and go. Elliston says that the seniors have worked hard and provided leadership over their 4 years at Elon.
We lose some of the veterans and then the new ones come. So it's an amazing and awesome cycle, but it's sad and it's bittersweet, if you will, at the same time. You've got some coming in that are going to pick up that baton, if you will, and carry it on.
With the regular season over, the team will now look forward to next year, where a new group of athletes will take the mantle of leadership. John Sarver, Elon Local News. Elon women's track and field finished third in the CAA championship on Saturday, and some members will wait to see if they are picked to go to the Eastern College Athletic Association championships next week. That's all I have for this week's sports update. Samantha and Amanda, back to you.
And now we have our Abby Gibbs live in the newsroom right now to tell us what is to come in this week's edition of The Pendulum. Abby.
In this week's Pendulum, we're featuring more on the Southgate pipeline extension and the possibility of impact with local landowners. We're also covering racial profiling used in the Latinx community, specifically pertaining to arrest records. We're also featuring a story on a local woodworker and his ability to use his faith to connect with the Burlington community. That's all I have for you. Back to you, Sam and Amanda.
Thanks, Abby. And coming up, a look into the Native American tribe right by Elon's campus.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
You're watching Elon Local News.
Just 20 miles down the road is sacred Native American land. Our Maya Eaglin sat down with one tribal member who is preserving traditions.
Everything that you hear, see out here is a part of us. These are all our relationships. They do something for the earth and they do something for us, and we had to respect them.
Vicki Jeffries is the tribal administrator for the Occaneechi Band of the Sapani Nation.
We're Eastern Woodland Indians, and our community is in Pleasant Grove and is still there. But we're Eastern Woodland Indians, which means we lived off the land. Everything that our houses, our food, our medicines, all came from the woods.
Jeffrey says the Native American traditions have contributed to her outlook on life.
Power is a rainstorm. Power is the wind blowing. You know, people think they have so much power. You have no power against the Creator, because, you know, if He can make tornadoes and hurricanes and different things, I mean, and make the trees sway almost to the ground, and, you know, that's power.
Beading, weaving, and painting are all crafts that Jeffries continues in hopes of carrying on her culture.
I'm always trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, because when I look at my loom and there's nothing on it, I feel really bad. You know, I make beaded earrings and everything, you know, but it's just something has to be on that loom. It can't be bare.
For Jeffries, the stories of resilience in her people have given her strength.
Our fight is not over. We are still continuing to fight all these years, but we are resilient and we're not going anywhere. You cannot break our spirit.
Maya Eaglin, Elon Local News.
The Occaneechi tribe will be hosting a powwow on June 8th and 9th in Burlington.
And we are joined again by John Sarver and Brian Ray here to talk about sports and weather. What can we see and expect from sports this week from Elon?
Well, starting Wednesday, the softball tournament for the CAA starts on Wednesday, and Elon Phoenix will be traveling to Virginia. And this upcoming weekend, baseball will be wrapping up their regular season against UNCW on Friday, Saturday, Sunday here on Elon's campus.
That's so exciting.
Now, it looked like it was going to be raining this weekend. So do you know if there's going to be a change plans for that?
I don't know. I will definitely be keeping up with any postponements or delays as far as weather is concerned.
Yeah, John, unfortunately, it's going to be pretty stormy this weekend. We got scattered thunderstorms both Friday and Saturday. Rain throughout the day on Friday. I think Saturday there might be a little break of relief, but throughout most of the day, afternoon, evening, scattered thunderstorms. So I hope they can get their game in.
Sam, I feel like all semester we've been talking about how we still haven't been to a baseball game, and I really thought this weekend it would have been our final chance, so I'm really hoping that rain stays
hopefully
away.
if we go, maybe we'll post it on our Twitters.
We'll
get
somehow,
together.
Yes, for sure. Because this last weekend here on campus, I really hope it's nice weather to get outside.
I know. I think a lot of us are hoping that, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, fingers crossed. Thanks for joining us at the desk.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. That's all the news we have for you today. Thank you for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, and follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
And make sure to pick up a copy of The Pendulum, which hits stands this Wednesday.
Have a great night, Elon.
You gotta make it to the game. You just have to.
I do.